FileMakerTraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Hope y'all are having a lovely day. Hi, Nick. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Hi, everybody. Hope y'all are doing good. Hello, Ken Bear, Daryl, Foxy Jack, Ken, Mikey, and Mike from Milwaukee, Podna, Scott, Sheagle, Topcat. Hello, Rick Fosnot and Martin Lorebeer on YouTube. And hello, Stu on Twitch. Good to see y'all. Hope y'all are having a good Wednesday. Okay, let's talk about the schedule real fast. We do this 5 days a week on 3 different platforms, YouTube, Discord, and Twitch. So today we're doing day 13 of Fundamental Layout Design in FileMaker Pro with Nick, which is awesome. If you'd like to support the channel, we'd greatly appreciate it. If you have already supported the channel, well, you support it by being here. But if you've supported it monetarily, also thank you very much. We appreciate it immensely. But basically, there's these 3 little options right here. It's tons of hours of video content covering pretty much everything you need to know to be a competent FileMaker developer in your own right. We talk about a lot in there. I think we're probably good. I'm inclined to hand it over. Nick! What are we doing today? I think we left off
Hello.
about green deletes, which was funny.
Yes, a big great delete. Make sure that people will click on it. Hello. Yeah, hello everybody. Thank you for joining today. So today we continue the design course, design webinar, or mega series. So yeah, actually I could stay talking about design a year or
Oh,
long
probably,
because
absolutely. You
yeah,
know so much about it, and there's so much to talk
yeah,
about.
yeah, there's so much to talk about. It's a vast discussion we can have. But I hope that I will do another one. We will do many of the design stuff because design is the most difficult part of creating FileMaker solution, right? Because the thing you cannot make up. You have to know, you need to learn and experiment and then understand, right? So because uh, the design solve is it solve the most of the problem we have, uh, technical technical problem we have sometime to deal with data, right? And with the user experience, right? Because when we don't have design, we tend to use like tricks like triggers and stuff like that because we don't have the design. And so it's important to learn about this and slowly, right? And so I hope I can do some help. I can be for some help here for that for you, right? So so today we do. Let me share screen here right quick. Today we do the master detail, right? So master
Ah,
detail,
yes.
yeah, master detail. We have many type of master detail, right? So we have the main master detail here, like here, right? So which is uh the record browsing, right? And then we have another master detail type here. This is a master detail, and so we have many different master detail possible, right? So, and they must have their own look and feel depending on what they are for. Okay. So let's start to build the main navigation master detail, right? And it, so first, let's explain what a master detail is. Okay, is that it's a combination of a list view and a form view, right? So we all know list view, right? So it's pretty much a layout, right? So if I go there, right? So this is a list view, right? And then we have the detail. We have the the record, the form view, right? So form view, list view. So here we have a button here to switch from the list and the form. List, form, right? Master detail. So why we call that master details? Because this is the master record, right? And then we see the detail. This is the master record, then we see the detail. And inside this, I have another master detail, right? Inside this, right? So I have one here for the main record, and then I have here for the CAD evidence, for example, or another type of documents, right? And we have different, and we have another master detail here, right? So, so the master detail is list view and form view combined together, right? So before FileMaker 18, I guess it was a pain, 18 or 17, I don't remember. It was a pain to build a master detail because we didn't have the tool for that, right? But now we have the tool. So what tool we talk about? So let's take this example here, right? Let's put that on the side for now, right? And let's build a master detail. So let's combine list and form together. So we start with a form view. This is a form view. Let me wow, this formatting bar on. Okay. This is a form view, right? And I want to add a list view in a form view. This will be a portal, right? So I draw a portal, and a portal here can show the current table, which is contact. I'm in contact here, or related table. It could be the current or related table. Before FileMaker 18, I think, uh, this wasn't available. So when you create a poll targeting the current table, right, that means I can show, so let's put the, I think I have the full name, something, I don't have full name here, see a name. So I can, here in this portal, I have here a list of all my contacts, right? Right. And I can click on the record, and then it goes to the record. So if I click here, I go to record 2. Here, record 3. If I go here, record 7. If I go here, record 10. 1, 10. So when you click here, so you see all the record in the font set, right? I show all the record as a font set, and I can click, 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 and I navigate, right? So if I say here, March, right? So I have this, right? And I have 2, right? So this is a master detail. So now you understand the benefit of this. It's because I have the list and I can navigate directly from that view. I have a list without to have to do this. Go here. I want to see Nick Hunter. I click here. If I want to navigate, I go back to the list. I go to March. Go back to the list. Go to Nick. Right. So back, back, back. So we don't need to do that because now we have one layout with both. Right.
Makes it
So
much
let
more
me.
convenient.
Yeah. Yeah. It's more convenient. And of course, so if I say um, uh, oops. If I said this, right? And if I look for printer, I have 2. So here, this, the master detail follows their font set. I have 2. If I say show, boom. It follows the font set, right? And oops. and you follow, don't know if he's there, right? So he not only follows the font set, but he follows also, no, he follows also the um, um, sort order. So if I say I want the first and last, both, you know, D, D, M's, you know. So let's do something better. Let's do this, right? So new, you know, Angel Kane like this, right? So he follows the what's the name? The salt, right? He follows the salt. So the salt, if I unsort both the salt and the font set, right? So this is built in. You have nothing to do, no relationship, no filters, no salt, because you cannot, those are deactivated, right? Because on this type of portal, this and this, all of this doesn't work. Okay, all of this. So and the vertical scrolling is always on. You cannot deactivate this. The deletion is always on because, you know, so you cannot deactivate those things. So this is a portal towards the um, current table. And this is what we use to get the master detail working. So now you will say, okay, but I don't know, right, which record is active in the list, right? We don't know. So yes, we know, because here we have the rows, right? And the active row, I can active this, you know, use active row states. So now I see where I am, right? And of course, it follows this, right? So here with the active row state here, row active, right? I can put another color, something more strong, right? But then I want to make the text white to put more, to more, you know, to make the text more outstanding, because like this doesn't look good, right? So of course we have our friend, the conditional formatting. Okay. So how I know in which record I am and which one is active? Well, FileMaker gave us a function for that. So here we have the get active record number, right? So that the active record number return this. So I'm in the record number 5, correct? So if I do this, boom, I'm on the record number 9, right? But you will say, okay, Nick, that's cool, but what about the get record number? It looks the same, right? Right? Correct? Yes, it does. Both return the same thing, right? Always. They
Okay.
always they will return the same thing. But one is different. So let's say I'm saying this. I'm saying, okay, so let's do the get record number equal the get record number. Makes sense, no? That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, so here what happened. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put the color. Here what happened. They're all white. Because all record number equal the record number. This record number one equal number one. This record number one equal to the record number one. This record number two equal the record number two. Yes. So I need something more here. I need to identify which one is active. So that's why FileMaker came with the get active record number. So when I say the get active record number equal the get record number. If I say this, boom, I get the active record number equal record number. So for example, here I have the get, the active record number is 7, that the unique record number is active, that the only one that is active. I have no other, in this list, I have no other active record number than this one because I am in that one. Okay. So now I say, okay, the active record number equal the record number, yes, of course, but the conditional will be activated only for that record, the active one. So that was we have this active record number. It's the only usage you have. So who didn't know about this?
I had no idea. Questions, comments, everybody? Do you know about this?
So who learned about this? Wait,
Taking people.
nobody type? Okay.
Ken says that he remembers this, but that doesn't surprise me. I'm sure you've brought it up before.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about that for a long time. But this is why the active record number, that the only reason of this function to set this, the active record number equal the get active record number. So now we know, right? How to do that. But now we know about the conditional formatting, right?
We have a quick question about the conditional formatting. Why use the conditional formatting instead of the inspector?
Because for the row, I have the active row, right? But for a field, I have no active state here.
Interesting.
It doesn't exist. This concept of active doesn't exist for fields.
Huh. Okay, so in focus doesn't count as active or wouldn't be equivalent?
No, in focus is not, in focus is when you inside the field, but I'm not inside of, in focus is for this.
Got
right?
it. Okay.
So in focus is when you in, but here I'm not in.
No, you're just selecting it. Okay.
Yeah, this one is browse mode. No, I'm not in, and you shouldn't be in. This is for just showing and get there. That's why by default, when you use this and you use the current table and you use this to insert a field, by default, the field is browse mode no. By default.
Okay.
So yeah, because in the master detail, you don't want to be able to go there.
We have
You don't want this,
no. That
right?
looks bad, among other
Some
things.
sometimes I'm going to show you. Sometimes yes,
Oh, okay.
for some reason, for some application, yes. For example, here, something I'm using here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a master detail here, right?
Yes.
Master detail. Okay. But if what about I want to rename this,
Oh.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
I click, but I want to rename this. I double click,
Oh, nice. That's
right?
cool. Yeah.
So yes, so I want to edit the name, so I double click, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I click one click, I select, and double click, I edit. I edit.
Got it. Okay, that's cool.
That's very
Uh,
cool. I'm going to show you the double click because
yeah, about to say,
double
like,
click
how do
is
you
not
get it to realize that, yeah, that's not an inherent
yeah,
FileMaker behavior.
no, it's not, and that I don't understand why, right? Why you know, they should we should have this, right? And if Claris is listening to us, you know, I would like to have a button, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the action here to have two actions, the single click and the double click, right? On the button or whatever objects, right? So anyway,
We have one more question before you move
yes,
forward. Someone said,
yes.
is a field always active? I think that it's never active in
No,
that
we never,
sense.
okay, terminology.
Yes.
Active, we talk about a record, but not a field, right? I mean, yes and no. It's confusing. I understand why. It's because, yeah, okay. I know where the confusion is coming from because the get we have the get active field content field name, right? We have the active fields. We have this get active field, right? This comes from the prehistorical time of FileMaker before they invent the concept of in focus,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and they didn't want to rename that to not break solutions. That should be named get in focus field content, not active field content. But I understand the confusion. But here, for this, we cannot use the format here. We don't have. Okay, so we need to rely on the conditional. We have to. We have no other alternative for that, right? So, other question?
You are good, I think. People are typing. Yeah, people are saying that makes better sense for me, so your explanation makes more sense. So we're good.
Yeah, it's you know, for this here, for the polar, we have the active state. Okay, we have the active state. So it doesn't because we are not in focus in a polar. Here we have the in focus because we go inside the field. We are inside the field. Here we never inside a row. We active a row. We are in a row, not inside, right? We are on a row, not in, right? So that's the terminology of FileMaker. But anyway, for now that so are we done for the questions or
Uh, yeah, I think we're good.
okay? So now we say, okay, that's cool, but I want to display more than one row, right? Okay, so pretty much I want to, I want to show what I had here. something like this. So how I build this, okay? So I want to build something more elaborate, right? So I make the row taller, right? Like this, and I can put more things inside, right? For example, okay, I can put the name, I can put the company, for example, and I can put whatever work city, something like this, or home city, for example,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now I have something like this, right? So here, let's put some more information here. So the here, why don't have other the works? I don't have. Okay, let's put the work city here, right? So I have this. So let's put this here. Okay. So I have the work city here. So you are uh, in Fairfield, right? And what's your job title? Engineer. Uh, oops, TUI. Company. Uh, oh, you are in RCC too. Okay, right? So I have one, two like this, right? Right. So, but you can see the problem we have here now is hard to read, right? You understand? So if I duplicate, let's see. So it's hard to read, right? All of this. Even though I could come, right, and put like a bar to delimitate the rows like this. I can do this, right? So we better, but still something's not right. Something's not looking good. We have no sense of priority. That's why it doesn't look good. You know, this visually have the same priority. They're all the same, right? So that's why it's hard to read. And I have only uh, three different fields. Uh, what will happen if I have much more information, right? What happens if I have much more information than just two fields, right? So we need to come with priorities, okay? So how we deal with this? So first, uh, this is too basic as a design, right? So like this is too basic. Doesn't look doesn't look good. It look too basic. So now we learned about how to hide and show things um, on command based on the active row, right? We know that the active record number. So let's build something better than this. Okay. So let's do that, revert to default, right? And let's remove that for now. And in this portal, I'm going to draw two different square like this, right? So one like this, right? So that would be something like this, right? So this is good because it gave like some depth on the design, right? So we we have something like
Mm-hmm.
imagine that I will activate this white background on the active row only, right? And then I have the other one here that I have one here. So let me go there and pick the same. Even though that's the most complicated one I have. So yeah, we can go rogue here, right? Because it's very important because it's where you, so I have a group here. I'm going to hide this, and this is what I want. Can copy this one, okay, and paste it. Okay, and here on top of this one, so I have two objects now, right? I have, let's get rid of this. So I have this white rectangle with a shadow, right? And this one a gray without any shadow. And I want both to be the same size. So you select those two, you go to this tool and you align to the left, align to the top, and then you say resize the smallest object with the largest width and height off, right? So I redo it. You position the smaller one inside, you align to the left, you align to the top, and then you say resize to the largest width and weight and height. Right? So now I have two objects overlapping, two rectangles that you can name active. This is an inactive area, and this is the active area if you want to do that. Right? Inactive, active. So, right? So now I want to one to show when it's not active and one to show when it's active, right? So I'm going to use the hidden state. And I'm going to say, okay, it's a hidden state. It's not a showing state. A hides when the calc is true. So what is true? When I want that to be hidden? When the gets active record number, right? I want to hide equal the gets active. So when it's active, hide it for the gray. And for the white, it's the opposite. Hide it when it's not the same. See? When it's not the same, different. When it's different, when the active is not, so when it's not active, hide it, right? So now I have something like this. Of course, it doesn't work. Why this? Get, oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, of course. Oof. So this is what I have, right? Right? So when I click, see? So
Looks
the
very nice.
active, yeah,
Yep.
so the active one is highlighted and the others are gray, right? So now we have a good presentation. But I discovered with time that is not enough. It's not enough. I discovered that. People came and say, okay, yeah, but it's not enough. Why? Because I'm going to fill this with, when you see that like this, you say, yeah, it's okay. You see which one is active, right? But when you have a lot of things inside, you know it's not enough. It's not. So here in this one, right? You can add, right? a border here, blue 4. So now you have a border on the white, on the active one, you have a border with 4 pixels, or you can even put 5, right? On the right. So now it looks like this. So now I have a better, I have something that pops more for the active one, right? You understand? So the active one pops better because I have this blue line, right? And that's easy to build because it's just a border on the white. Because the white, I have no border, I have a shadow. So on top of the shadow, I put here on the right, I put 5 pixels on my expression color, which is blue in that case, right? Right? So now I have a good object here. So I'm played with the get active record number and the hide and show states, right? So now I have something more constructed, you know, something more, elaborated than just the row, right, of the portal, right? So I deactivated the active row on the portal, deactivated because I don't want to use that, right? Because it's not enough, right? And I prefer to build my own. So this is why you came here. You want to know how to build something better than just the out-of-the-box things offered by FileMaker, right? Right. So now that I have this, I can fill with things inside. But when you build something like this with more than one field, right, you need to elect and to think about what you want to do. For example, I want to display as much as possible information inside this part here, inside this. How I can put there more than just fields, right? Well, this is where I like to use, a, a concatenated field. So what is this, right? For example, in that case, I want to show um, company and job title together. Company and job title together, right? So instead of showing fields, we use our friend, the layout calculation. And here we say, I want to show the company and job title in a way that we can understand without labels. No way I can put labels here. No way. Or for some case, but in very different manner. So let's start. How I can make this? Well, I say, okay, show me the company, right? And so I'm doing the economic way, company and job title. I can do this. So what we do, what that will do? Okay, I will have something like this, right? Something like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I can put like I don't know, company, Acme, and job title, director, right? So, but you see something wrong here. Acme director, RCC engineer. What the RCC engineer, right? Well, we can improve this, right? I can say, and how we improve this? We put this. Uh, well, this is better. RCC engineer,
Mm-hmm.
Acme director. We have a separation. We have something say, okay, what is the name of the company and what is engineer, partner, director? We understand what that is, right? If I put here and I say, I don't know, or Claris and I don't know, or marketing, um, uh, PM or product management, no, product manager, both. See, we understand what it is. If we combine together, if we combine together a job, obviously a job title, and that's a name on top of it, you know, we immediately understand product manager at Claris, right? You understand? We understand it. So I don't really need to have, you know, a label. We are in the
Mm-hmm.
contact management. We are in the contact management. You see a name, RCC, or an acronym like RCC, and then you have partner, engineer, director. You know, when you see
Yep.
something like, you understand, right? No labels needed. So this looks good. So now let's continue, right? And obviously, I want to put the first name and last name together, but I want the title, the first name, and the last name together, right? So that would be another edit layout, calculation, layer calculation. And I say, okay, I want the title and this. Okay, so I don't want to use that. Okay, this way with the space. Because what about if, like we had the discussion yesterday, what about if I don't have the title, or I don't have the first name? I will have blanks, right? I'll build blanks if I do like this. That's why we need to use, my friend, the let statements, right? And I say, okay, the title equal title, right? And the first equal first, and the last equal last. I could, you know, I rather prefer to do like this, right? And then you say, okay, list of the title, first and last, right? Title list, okay. Title, first and last, and you substitute from the list all the carriage return with a space. And then we get what we want, right? And if here, for example, I don't have the title, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
there's no space before. If I had built the other way, I would have this, like, I would have something like this.
Oh, okay. So that allows you to get rid of the extra spaces.
Yes,
Okay.
because the space is hard coded. Here, if I remove company, this is what I get. I have the space because I didn't build with the
I
list and the
see.
substitutes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now that we get this, now that we know, right? So now that we know how to, to build this, let's let's finish this one, let's make it correct, right? Because this is not good at all. Okay. So that's why we need the let statement, because I want the parenthesis only if I have the company and the job title. Sometime I could have like here, right? Let's say I don't have the company. I just have the job title, both. Not only I have their space, but I have parentheses that has no reason to be there. If I have only the job title, I don't want the parentheses. Okay? Correct? So,
Yes, absolutely. I was wondering
yeah,
when you were going to get
because,
to that.
yeah, okay.
I knew you had a fix for it. I was just a matter of when.
Yeah, we're going to fix it. So we do the let statement, right? And we say, okay, the company equal the company. And the job title, right? So yeah, we call that camel case. Okay. So when you write um uh what's the name? A statement like this, you put here, you use the camel case. You know, camel case is like this. Camel case. Uh capital for each new word, right? And why we call that camel case? Because we start with the small character and we put a capital for all word. Job title, job title with the T, right? We call that a camel case. Okay, so job title like this. So now I say, okay, if I have the company, I want the parentheses with job title. Otherwise, I don't want the parentheses. Okay, if I don't have the company, right? And of course, if I don't have the what's the name? If I don't have the job title, neither, I want nothing, right? So this is where it's getting complicated, right? A little bit more complicated. So I need to have two um, two job titles. Okay, I need two job titles. I need this one, right? And I need the parenthesis job title uh, with the job title, okay, which is this, is the job title that I already have here with parentheses, right? So this and this and this, right? So I have two versions of it, correct? I have two versions of it. So now that I have the two version, I say uh, final job title. Okay. If you know not is so if it's empty company, right? I want if it's empty company, I want this. Otherwise, I want this. Correct? So far,
Yep,
we good,
that makes
right?
sense. Yes.
So if I have the company, the job title, so that's why I'm doing a demonstration of the let statements. That
Mhm.
means I put the company, I put the job title, I create out of my job title the parenthesis version of the top of the job title, and then I say, okay, if it's empty the company, I want the job title without, right? Otherwise, I want the parenthesis. So now everything done. I can go and put my logic, which is the list of the company and the final job title, right? So, but
Mhm.
if but I should have said also we need to do a final for the job title here. I say okay, um, Here I need to add another one. No job title equal no job title is empty job title. We can say is no job title. Okay, this is the terminology we use. Is no job title. You know, is no. I know it's not English, but that's the way we code, right? So if no job, so if it's empty, the job title, right? So so here a final job title is the empty company. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Uh, okay. Is no company job title. Okay. And now I have my final job title. Equal. So if is empty, no job title, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I want this. Otherwise, I want blank. No. If no, sorry, blank. Otherwise, this. So if I have no job titles, I want blank. Otherwise, I want whatever job title based on the company. So you understand? So let me do that like this. So that's the purpose of the let statement. You go boom, 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 and you build your stuff you need and you reuse them.
Mm-hmm.
So I put first the two things. That's my two fields. Okay. I put them there. Okay. Then I say, okay, let's build the job title with parentheses, right? That build, put on the side. Then is no company job title. If there's no company, then I want the job title without parentheses. Otherwise, I want the one with parentheses. If I have company, I want this. But if I have no job title whatsoever, okay, I say, okay, if I have no job title, right, which I could have removed this and say, okay, is empty job title, which is the same thing, right? If it's empty job title, I want blank. I don't want job title whatsoever. Otherwise, get me the one that you just calculated before doing this. If you don't use the let statement and you want to build a calculation like this, you understand the complexity that we have at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yes.
here I build my blocks. I build all my blocks, all my stuff. And at the end, I say, okay, I want the list of the company and the final job title. And then I say, I substitute this with a blank. So what this will do, if I don't have a company, I have only this, then this will happen and I will have no blanks. If I have both of them, then this will come, right? And I will have a space between. So let's try this. Oh, forgot this, right? Product manager, if I say Claris, both, right?
Yes.
If I remove product management, both.
No parentheses.
If I remove both, blank. Claris, product management.
There you go.
If I remove Claris, poof, no parentheses, right?
That looks awesome.
So yeah, so it's not that complicated. I mean, if you it is simpler. It is simple because I use the let statement. I put my stuff here, on the shelf, on the counter. I put all my stuff, and then I build my stuff. Okay, I do my tomato sauce here. I do my, my meatball here, and then my pasta here, and at the end, I mix everything. This is how you need to think. Let statement. You build your stuff, tomato sauce, meatballs, and pasta, and at the end, together, bam, this. When you have all your building blocks ready, you can assemble them, right? And this is easy to read. Otherwise, if you try to do that calculation without let statement, it will be insane, and in my opinion, impossible, right? And of
Yes.
course, it is way faster. Why? Because how many times I'm calling job title? 1, 2, 3. So imagine
Hmm.
that job title is a related field or something more complicated, right?
Yes.
So you call it once, and that's it. FileMaker will compute one. If you put this here, see, if you put this here, here, FileMaker will compute it 3 times. Here I'm
Really?
computing,
Okay.
yes, it will call it 3 times. Here I'm calling it 1 time. It's there. I put on my shelf, on my counter. It's there. Boom. Right? And I reuse it as much as I want.
Yes. Yes. It would be so much cleaner and flexible than using nested if statements. I would agree.
Yes. Okay. Oh yeah. No, that's the point. You know. Here I have 2 ifs, and they are together because this one is the result of this if. But they're not together, so they're easy to understand. This is easy to understand, correct? And this is easy to understand too. So, and then I'm combining those things here with a very simple logic, which is easy to understand. So let's continue a little bit, right?
Hmm.
And let's say I want a partial, right? I want a partial um, address, for example. So I want city, right, and state, for example. So I'm going to use the same trick I use for here, right? It's the same. So I'm doing this to show you how to reuse something. I want the same for city. So let's say that work city and the work state, right? But it's not company and not jobs title. So I need to change the names, right, of those things. So that the city, that the state, right? So that's state, that the parenthesis state, right, is no if no if not city. So if I have no city, right? So I change all of this with those things, right? So I reuse the same technique, the same terminology. Final state, if no state, then is no. Hello? Yes.
Yes. Uh,
Oh, okay.
you good,
Okay, thank you.
Dick? Oh, I see
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
else.
Now somebody just talked to me over the say my car is open. So so final state is no city. So I reuse the same thing, right? So list city and the final state. So because I want the same system, that means if I have a city, if I have a city and a state, this is how it looks. If I have no state, this is how it looks. If I have only a state, this is how it looks. Right? Stockton, Fairfield, no state, right? Or just a state. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So doing this stuff like this, right? We can we put more information, right? So we have many things here. I have the title, first name, last name, company, job title, city, state. I have all of this in 3 rows. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So this is how you combine things, and then you display more information that you could imagine in such limited real estate. And it's not done. We have many other things that we can add here without making it like unreadable. This is readable, correct? Right?
Yes. This is very readable. It's exceedingly readable. So.
And it's not done. You will see. We'll have a better way to better. We're going to improve that, but tomorrow.
You mean Monday, I think.
Oh, Monday. Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think like, wait, did I have you tomorrow? I'm like, I don't think so.
No. So do we have any questions?
Nope. Yeah, people just talking like let is your kitchen, which I would think so. If we're doing the kitchen metaphor, the actual kitten is the let statement.
Yeah, it is the best. It is the best because you put on the counter all your ingredients, right? And then you cook them. So see, this is how you need to think about the let statement. This is your ingredients. You cook this, and then you cook this on the other burner, and then you cook this in the other burner, and at the end you put all together the pasta with the tomato sauce and the bowls, the meatballs, and you have your final dish. Right? This is how you need to think the let statement. Voilà.
Which is awesome.
So
Yep. No, this is people. A lot of people are saying this is very awesome, which it is. And I always love getting a refresh in the let statement because you should use it more. I don't use it as much as I should. I think the only question we had is someone to ask about the list stuff, but I think you want to do a webinar on that.
Yeah, I'm going to do a webinar on this. Because it's more complex than what you think. List is peculiar. That's a different behavior, and depending on how you use it. So but the completely different behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So a list, it is worth a webinar for this, even 2 days.
Yes, no, we should definitely do that. I will put that on the schedule, probably towards the end of May. Thank you very much, Nick. Today was awesome as always.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have any other I don't see any other questions. So, are we good, or do you have anything else you want to sneak in here? Or are we good for the moment? And then we'll get you on Monday.
Okay. No, I'm good.
Okay, making sure. Y'all have a great day. Thank you, Nick. And I will see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
know.